Who wore it better? Oh, hi. I'm just reading The Republic. Kind of like the country we live in today. How many times did the dude say democracy? Folks, the United States is not a democracy. What? What is going on? America, wake up.
American democracy only works only if we choose to respect the rule of law and the institutions that were set up in this chamber behind me, undermine democracy itself. As your president, I will defend our democracy with every fiber of my being, and I'm asking every American to join me. That will secure our democracy, that for the next 200 years, we'll have what we had the past 200 years, the greatest nation on the face of the earth. We just need to remember who we are. We are the United States of America, the United States of America. And may God protect our nation, and may God protect all those who stand watch over our democracy. God bless you all. Democracy. Stand watch over our democracy. God bless you all. Democracy. Stand watch over our democracy. God bless you all. Democracy.
So there was a meeting, Constitutional Congress. Benjamin Franklin comes out and a lady shouts, "Dr. Franklin, what do we have? A republic or a monarchy?" Benjamin Franklin says, "A republic if you can keep it." He didn't say a democracy if you can keep it. A republic if you can keep it.
I give you my word as a Biden, I've never been more optimistic about America's future.
I'm sorry, but Biden is not synonymous with honesty. We don't look at the name Biden and think, there's an honest guy. Do we? Do we really?
That 1994 crime bill, it did contribute to mass incarceration in our country.
And before I even give you the first clip, just understand there's two crime bills that were proposed. The one was in 91 that did not pass. Biden said he co-authored that and worked on it and was proud to work on it with Strom Thurmond. Strom Thurmond was a deeply racist senator from South Carolina who ran on the segregationist ticket earlier in his career and said that white and blacks should not mix. So, and now you're gonna see Biden bragging about some portions of the 91 bill as well. The 94 version is the one that eventually passed. So first, let's go to Biden here.
The president's death penalty proposals, and I might add, Biden crime bill is before us, calls for the death penalty for 51 offenses. A wag in the newspaper recently wrote that something to the effect that Biden has made it a death penalty offense for everything but jaywalking. The president's bill calls for the death penalty on 46 offenses. The difference is negligible. Yet let's put it in, I am a supporter of the death penalty. I am a supporter of the death penalty without the racial justice provision in it. I think it's better with it, but I'm supportive without it in it as well.
Well, you must be so proud. So he's like, even if you don't have racial justice, I support the death penalty. He bragged in that clip, you just saw with your own eyes, that he was giving the death penalty to everyone but jaywalkers.
He bragged about that.
Yeah, so this is the guy who's supposed to be a progressive that we're all supposed to be proud of. Okay, now let's keep going. He couldn't stop talking about how much he loved the draconian measures in these crime bills.
We must take back the streets. It doesn't matter whether or not the person that is accosting your son or daughter or my son or daughter, my wife, your husband, my mother, your parents. It doesn't matter whether or not they were deprived as a youth. It doesn't matter whether or not they had no background that enabled them to become socialized into the fabric of society. It doesn't matter whether or not they're the victims of society. The end result is they're about to knock my mother on the head with a lead pipe, shoot my sister, beat up my wife, take on my sons. So I don't want to ask what made them do this. They must be taken off the street.
That was the Young Turds. I'm sorry. The Young Turks. Turks. And if those liberal lunatics have an issue with President Biden, shouldn't you? Shouldn't you have an issue? Especially with the 1994 crime bill. I mean, his vice president had an issue with it as well.
That 1994 crime bill, it did contribute to mass incarceration in our country.
Look, I'm not a proponent of the death penalty either. I'm not. I don't like the death penalty. I think folks in this country have been put to death innocently. But I don't make the laws, folks. I make videos. And I'm late to the game. I'm not as new to the game as the Young Turks. I gotta get that straight. Anyway, Biden's speech tonight. Wow. Democracy. Folks, you gotta wake up. I'm gonna do more of these videos. I like doing these videos. Hope you enjoyed it. Listen to the podcast. It's on Apple Podcast, Spotify. That's where Joe Rogan's at. We don't get as many downloads as Joe Rogan. But Apple Podcast, Spotify, say, Alexa, play Truman's Town Hall podcast. It'll play it. What else? We're all over. Wherever you find Google Podcasts, wherever you find a podcast, I have a face for radio. That's why a lot of it is on, it's all audio. So, anyway, but I'll do more of these videos with this ugly mug and download the podcast, Truman's Town Hall. Thank you for watching this video. Follow us over on Facebook, Truman's Town Hall Podcast. And we're all over social media, so check it out. I appreciate you watching. And wow, that was a strange speech tonight, folks. Strange speech. Very divisive. Dividing America right before we get ready to go to war. We should probably do a podcast about that. Probably should prepare rice, beans,